This is Don. He lives right down the street from me, and he's a very funny guy, and he's got to be the tallest comedian in Boston right now. He's a very funny guy. He does cruise ships. He's got, if you go on his website, dontaylor.com?
Don Taylor Comedy.
Don Taylor Comedy. You can see him doing these cruise ships and stuff. And he's a very funny guy. Don Taylor, how about a hand for him?
Thank you. I'm glad to be here again, and I'd like to thank Frank, and I'd like to also thank Steve for opening for me again. Now, the reason I have notes is 50 to 75% of the people here were here last year and the year before. So I don't like repeating jokes. And what I do is I put down the function, the date, and just a line, a word that lets me remember what the joke is about. So, well, last year I was 5 foot 31 inches. This year I'm 4 foot 19. Next year I might be 6 foot 7. Who knows? I just got an email today. It's kind of scary. My 65th high school reunion's coming up in October. Now you know how old I am, I guess. Ladies, men have two motivations: food and hanky-panky. And if you see a gleam in their eye, make them a sandwich. This is kind of sad. There's a woman giving birth every 3 seconds in this country. We have to stop this woman. She's going to hurt herself. I went to the self-help section, and I went into the library and asked for the self-help section, and she said, wouldn't that be defeating the purpose? This 13-year-old blonde girl got her new phone from her kind of stringent parents. She was kind of old. Everybody has phones now when they're 5 years old. But she got her first phone, and the boyfriend was there. And he told her how to do this and that and everything. So the next day she went shopping with her mother. It was a Saturday, and the phone rings and she answers it. And the boyfriend says, "Oh, how do you like your new phone?" "Oh, I love it. It's pink and I love it, but I have one question. How did you know I was in Walmart's?" Some people call a bathroom a John, but I'm going to call mine Jim. Because somebody says, "How'd your morning go?" "Oh, I got right out of bed, right to the gym." In that same theme, we have a new dog, and I call him 5 miles. So if somebody says, "What did you do this morning?" I say, "I walked 5 miles." And I might walk 5 miles this afternoon, too. This gentleman has a $5,000 hearing aid, and he wants to brag about it, so he goes to his next door neighbor and says, "I got a brand new $5,000 hearing aid." And the man said, "What kind is it?" He said, 930. This 97-year-old man goes to his neighbor and said, "You know that beautiful 25-year-old blonde down the street that moved in 6 months ago? I asked her to marry me, and she said yes." So the neighbor said, "That could be fatal." And he says, "If she dies, she dies." You probably heard all of these prescription drugs on television. The after effects are something unbelievable. I mean, there's too many things to mention, but one of them I heard, and believe it, it's true. Death. And they want you to call this number if you have one of these afflictions. I can just see myself in my casket up at Frank Joyce's. "Frank, can I borrow your telephone?" This 95-year-old gentleman, he had his yearly inspection, physical, And the next day, the doctor was walking up on Main Street, and this older gentleman was coming towards him with a beautiful blonde on his arm. And the doctor said, "Well, Dave, you're doing pretty well for yourself." And he said, "I'm just doing what you told me." He said, "Get a hot mama and be cheerful." And the doctor said, "I didn't say that. I said you have a heart murmur and be careful." That's enough. Why do they put an expiration date on sour cream? What happens? Does it turn green or something? If you spin an Oriental man around 3 times fast, does he get disoriented? Speaking of hemorrhoids, why don't they call them asteroids? That makes more sense. Let's see. I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don Taylor.